Next, from Florida, Republican line. Go ahead, you're on.
Oh, good morning. Thank you. I just wanted to mention that I do really believe that Hillary is a lot more ill than she seems to be, or they talk about her being. And I think that her main objective is not so much she wants to win the presidency, and I have a feeling she's not going to last too much long in there, and Kane will end up being president. But I think her main objective right now is that she wants to be the first. She wants to be in the history books. Okay, so she's going to push herself along no matter how long it takes or how ill she's going to be and how many times she's got to take off, because she needs to make it to the presidency, and once she does that, then it really isn't going to matter with her. Kane will end up being our president, and she... and also, I noticed during that video yesterday, if you look very, very closely, I was a little shocked at first when I saw it, but I looked at it a lot of times. You look at that video, and then right there when she's waiting at the vehicle to get in, she something dropped out of her left leg, her pant leg. Something metal or some silver thing fell out of her left pant leg. If you look really closely, you'll see that falling out of her pant leg. And then this one time she was having a rally, she had on this, I think it was either a red or a maroon type pantsuit that she had on. And she doesn't turn her back to the audience all this much, but this one time somebody had a picture of this, okay? She had this thing bulging right up above her knee on the back of her leg. And then I really didn't pay much more attention to that until I saw that video yesterday, and this metal thing fell out of her left leg. So if you check on that video. But she's not going to make it. Her main objective, actually, is to get into the history books, to being the first woman, elected for presidency. That's my opinion.
That. Jeff from Indianapolis, Indiana, Independent Line. Good morning. You're next.
Morning, Pedro. I just want to preface this by saying I'm neither a Trump nor a Clinton supporter. I believe that she's suffering petite mal syndrome, where she's blanking out, and there's several videos that actually show her being interrogated by different reporters, and she blanks out for a minute and has weird head tics. And I say this just because one of my best friends has had epilepsy for years and years, and he goes through different spells that are almost identical. And then you can't even ask them what they were talking about, because they don't even know, and it can only last like 10 or 15 seconds. It's not like the kind where they throw on the floor and twitch. Plus, there's several different instances. They've shown her handlers and people around her, when she's had these spells, pull out a little syringe that looks like diazepam, which is what my friend uses to control his epileptic symptoms. And when she was on the podium that one day where she had a real bad coughing spell, and it looked like she was going through one of these petite mal syndromes, she blanked out for a minute. The guy had to put his arm around her and remind her what the topic was, and one of the Secret Service guys reached in his pocket, pulled out this little syringe, and the other Secret Service guy on the other side of the podium waved him off and said, "No, we got it under control." And then that's when she said, okay, we're back. So I just want to bring up the possibility that it may not be Parkinson's, but she may have the onset of an epileptic symptom that is keeping her from wanting to appear in front of cameras. And my guess is that this allergy reaction is a smokescreen for what could be a serious illness that they don't wish to disclose. Plus, when she said she had pneumonia diagnosed Friday, that's not correct. You can't diagnose pneumonia in one day. It has to be done with an X-ray, and that takes at least a day, and she didn't do that Friday.
Robert is next up in Massachusetts, Democrats line. Robert, good morning.
Good morning. The reason why you see Hillary Clinton wearing pants all the time is because of the blood clots in her legs. So since she started wearing pants, that's the day she started getting sick. And we don't want what happened. Woodrow Wilson, he was sick in the White House for 2 years, and nobody knew it. His wife had to take care of him. I also believe Ronald Reagan, in his last days, he had Alzheimer's. You know what I mean? Donald Trump is going to end up like Howard Hughes, a mental man, crazy, in his hotel, and he's going to die like Howard Hughes.
Let's hear next from Tim, Pennsylvania, Independent Line, Hazleton, Pennsylvania.
Hi. Hello?
Tim, you're on. Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead, please.
Yes, I just think that both candidates need to release their medical records so we know exactly what's going on. I feel for Hillary. I hope she's all right. I just think that she could probably pass away, God forbid, and we wouldn't hear about it till after the election.